Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Texans coming in at 6-3, going up against the Bengals, who come in at 7-2.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. So the D-line's going to spread out. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
On second down, here's Watson. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Let's go! Over!
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38!
They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. In motion, Gronkowski. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Beckham will go in motion right. After the run, Watson going to throw. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Eifert, the man in motion. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Watson throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Now a first down throw, Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards on the play. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Again, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
Here's Watson. And this one is incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Jake Elliott now to try the Bengals field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Here we go. Here we go now.
They're going to look to throw. Austin's got it left side. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. So completion on second down, that brings up third.
Good. Over. Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they will finally get him down, and now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tavon Austin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved down to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
All right, now look at 56.
They'll look to throw here. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number two. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now it's the backup Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll send Beckham in motion right. Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 7 yards there on the pickup, and that'll be good enough for a Cincinnati first. Newton on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On 1st down, it's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They'll run here with Mixon. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Take it at the 37. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Mixon. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They fake the give. Newton. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline.
And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Newton. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. Gronk, the tight end, in motion. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll drop the throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front.
And that's caught inside the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Atlanta, and the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you.
Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They were direct with us. They said last week his 3 fumbles, we want that to be an aberration. Another one right there, though. And
it's going to drive them crazy because we saw them coaching, and all they talked about is the 4 points of pressure when carrying the ball. Fingertips, forearms, biceps, sternum, or chest, keeping it high and tight, and they're not getting that done.
All teams go over those points of pressure?
They go over them all the time, and sometimes it becomes 5 points of pressure when you bring the second arm in to cradle the football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Halfback sent in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Detroit! Over!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
He'll look to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll look to throw now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Dumps it off to Mixon. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it'll bring up 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Green 39! Green 39! All right, now look at this. Gun!
In motion, Gronkowski. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Here we go! Ohio! Flex round!
Looking to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Flex round! Come on, let's go!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
Here's Newton. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
To throw on second down is Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on third down, Newton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. To the air again, Newton. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Newton throwing again. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Green 39! Green 39! Now let's go!
They'll look to throw here. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Fuller. And, a big collision there. He's hit and knocked backward right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
They're going to look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Now, that was a little bit longer distance than you would expect to see for a quarterback sneak. Normally, it's 4th and 1, 4th and inches. But when you get interior linemen trying to get upfield for a pass play, sometimes you can blow past them on the sneak, and it worked well for them.
Rolling to his right. And some room to maneuver. And shutting him off, now open field. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a third down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Detroit! Detroit! Over! Fine, now look at 56. No. Check. Patriot! Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Let's go! Green! Back to that Philly! Here we go! Gun!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. Room here to run.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Now Mixon. And he's got room. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now they run with Mixon. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And this one is right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's a big one there. It's his 3rd field goal of the game, and a 2-score lead's got to feel pretty good right about now.
And while they're not free and clear yet, you're right. Now this defense can go out knowing that it's going to take more than one big play to catch him.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
He's letting this one go for Fuller. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Detroit!
And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Over! Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 4, and it gets them the first. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Back to throw here. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smiles.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he's got some space here. And now a first down following that long gain. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football. So after nearly turning it over, new life here for the offense on 2nd down. Montgomery. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Throwing here, Newton. His throw caught at about the 5. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Around the NFL 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd and short.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we've just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now it's Newton. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They snap it to Newton. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Texans defense stands tall. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back them up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Cincinnati, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everybody.